Whew. Yeah. It's your boy JFK. We're back in the building. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, man, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a week. What a week, what a couple of weeks. Um, it's just madness, it's insanity, it's crazy out there. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start, man. But you guys already know. How you guys doing? That debate last night was crazy. That was something else. I didn't even you see what it is when you have suffered, man, you don't even know anymore what the real thing looks like, you know? When you have suffered, man, you don't even remember what things should look like or feel like. Yesterday's debate, it was like, oh wow, yeah, it is possible to have a debate and not slap each other in the face. I'm telling you, Trump has destroyed this country. There is nothing that makes sense anymore. In this country, we were watching regular debate and we are just happy that people are just basically civil. Yo, what's up? If you're here, drop me a line. Welcome. It's your boy JFK, man. You know there's a lot going on. Let me know, first of all, if you're here, drop a line. Welcome. How you feeling? How's the weather? How do you see that debate? You know, like I did the last time. What do you think about the debate last night? Before we get into any other thing, what do you think about that debate? Everybody's talking about the fly. Please leave my guy alone. All right, Mike Pence has suffered enough with this fly thing. All right, it's enough. Enough is enough. If you're here, drop me a line. Let me know you are here, please. It's your boy JFK. We're hanging out here on a Thursday, man. I'm telling you, man, it's coming down to the wire now. It's coming down to the wire. Election is coming soon. Everybody's on edge. I mean, the Trump team, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do. And that's what I want to start with today. A lot of people have been talking about how, Trump didn't catch COVID. And it makes me mad because it's like, why do you think he didn't catch COVID? I know he's a trickster. I know he does all this other stuff. But do you really think that COVID cares? Of course he caught COVID. Of course he caught Corona. Because Corona is going from place to place looking for whom to devour. And Corona does not skip people like that. There's no reason why Corona would see Trump and skip him. As a matter of fact, Trump is the exact guy that Corona wants. Trump is perfect for Corona. So I don't know if you think, let me talk to my people today. If you are here today and you think that if you think that Trump was faking the COVID, please tell me. I want to know. If you think Trump was faking the COVID, I want to talk to you specially. Please, I'm begging you. If you think Trump faked his COVID virus diagnosis, whatever, if you think Trump never had COVID, you are the one I want to talk to in this segment. So let me know in the comments right away. If you're here, please drop me a line, my people. Let me see you. Let me know who's here. So if you think Trump was faking COVID, we need to talk, because I feel like, it goes against everything we know about COVID. What do we know about COVID? It's airborne. It's contagious. You can spread it even when you're asymptomatic. It spreads through droplets, and therefore, if you're in close proximity with other people, and especially people who have it, you are likely to get it. What are some of the protocols that have been put down so that we can avoid catching COVID? Masks, social distancing, testing. These are the things we put in place because we know that if groups of people gather together over time while this pandemic is around, there's a chance that those people, some of them, will catch it and spread it. So what makes you think Donald Trump is different? If you think Trump is faking COVID, please drop me a line. We need to talk. Yeah, I don't know how to talk to right now. Do you guys think Trump was faking the COVID diagnosis? Do you think Trump actually caught COVID? You're the one I want to talk to today. All right. It's your boy JFK, man. Elections are coming, man. We need to decide what we're gonna do. That debate was decent yesterday, and it was refreshing to see a debate where everybody left. Nobody was angry. The last one, everybody was like, I said, give me one word for that debate, like crazy. Oh, she lost my mind, ridiculous, disgusting. Yesterday's debate, no such, kind of, except for the lying. There was some serious, some serious falsification of facts. It's your boy JFK. Let me know if you are here. If you are here, drop me a line. Let me see my comments. Do you think Trump was faking his COVID? That's our first question tonight. Do you think Trump caught COVID, or do you think he was faking it? That's what I'm dealing with tonight. If you're here, drop me a line. What do you think? What's your opinion? Do you think it was fake? Do you really think that he didn't really have COVID? And why do you think that? Because I want to know, if you think Trump was faking the COVID, I want to talk to you today. Let's talk. Why do you think if you think Trump was faking COVID, why do you think he's faking it? What's your theory? Everybody who knows me knows one thing. I don't mind you having a theory. I don't mind it being a conspiracy theory, but I just want it to make sense. I want it to be sound. I want you to have some evidence, some facts to go with your theory. So if you think Trump faked his COVID diagnosis, right? I need you to tell me why you think he did that and what facts or evidence. Are you thinking, oh, you know what, that might be too crazy, that might be unfair. But what are your suspicions that make you think that he was faking it? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, let me know you are here, please. Welcome. It's your boy JFK on a Thursday afternoon. Do you think Trump faked his COVID? I want to get some comments in here. Let me know. Let me know if you're here. Drop a line, my guys. I see you showing up. Please drop a line. Let me welcome you properly. Let me say what's up to you, man. It's Thursday, man. We're trusting God for a good end of year. I'm telling you, I'm ready to get rid of 2020. I don't know about you. I'm ready to be done with 2020. I want to fast forward to 2021 just to see if that one will give us a better shot. I'm done with 2020, bro. I'm just done. Too much is happening this year. Chai, by the time we do end of year, when we do, every year we took this thing of like, oh, the most this of 2020, most memorable moments of 2020. This year, I don't know if we're going to do that stuff, man. I think we just be quiet until the year passes. Let's just be like this until the year passes so that nothing strange will happen. But if you are here, let me know. Do you think Trump faked his COVID? That's what I'm starting with today. Do you think Trump made it up, this COVID? Before I answer that, I want you to tell me what you think. If you're here, drop a line. It's your boy JFK. We're hanging out. Now, the debate yesterday was crazy. Everybody's talking about the house fly. And I posted personally, I'm jealous of that fly. I'm so jealous of this fly. I don't know how long it will live because flies don't have that much of a lifespan. But this fly, in his lifetime, this fly has achieved more than many great men and women. It's not fair. It's not fair. This fly, who is this fly? Where did this fly come from? What is this fly's mission? Yeah, Shegeli is in the building. Yeah, Shegu, yo, that's my first comment. Shegu said, not sure if he did, but I think he could have, but don't know if he really could have done it with everyone else in. Thank you, my brother. When I say my brother, in this case, I mean my actual brother. Yeah. the one after me. This is my brother Shegu Korode, the barrister from Nigeria. He's not one of those that's chopping money because he knows that when you are chopping money, it's a different look. You have a different outlook on life. Shegeli, BC, you have come. BC is just a troublemaker. Okay, BC says it's a hoax, and I know where you're coming from. Your sarcasm will not enter you into trouble one day. Let me do what Shegun's bringing up. That's my point, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why people don't believe, or some people don't believe that Trump, got corona, is because Trump is such a combination of lies, right? There's so much falsity in Donald Trump. Hey, welcome everybody as you're joining in. We are dealing with the issue of whether or not Trump really caught COVID or if COVID really caught Trump. I got 2 responses. My brother Shemkode in Nigeria said he's not really sure. It looks like he could have caught it, but you can't really tell, But Shegun brought up the one thing that I want everyone to think about when you're thinking about this. For every conspiracy theory, you have to think about the basis for the conspiracy theory, the basis in the conspiracy theory. In other words, if you're saying Trump, pretended to have COVID, fine. You have to come up with where do you get that? Why do you say that, right? If he did pretend to have it, do you know why he pretended? What was the end game? What do you think he was trying to do with it? So if you think Trump faked his COVID, you have to tell me, why do you think so? You don't even have to back it up as much. Just let me know what your feeling is, because the truth is Trump makes people think about weird things, right? Any other president, most other presidents, most other public figures, when they come out and they said they have COVID, do you know what the rest of us do? Most of us will say, wow, so feel bad for him. I'm so sorry for her. Hope she gets well. When Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms of DC, Atlanta, when she caught COVID, it was like, oh, wow, I can't believe she caught that. I feel bad for her. I hope she's safe. When Andrew, was it Andrew Cuomo? No, sorry, the Cuomo, the Cuomo on CNN, right? When he caught COVID, everybody was like, oh man, this guy caught COVID and he's so healthy. Do you know what I'm saying? When everybody else, when the news came out of everybody else catching COVID, for most people, it was a question of, I hope they're safe. Oh, wow, I feel bad for them. How did they get it? I hope they're family. So you have all these stories. Now, when Donald Trump catches COVID, all of a sudden, y'all, all of a sudden, everybody's like, did he really catch it? That tells you something about the man. This man is such a liar. This man has saturated the atmosphere with so much untruth that it's you can't even believe the most obvious things, the most realistic things, the most possible, the most likely thing. We can't believe it because it involves Trump. Let me ask you this: did you question it when they said Hope Hicks got it? Did you think it was a fake? Did you question it when they said Melania got it? Was Melania to playing along with Trump's hoax? Because like Shegun brought up, your theory would have to include the umbrella, or would have to have an umbrella to include everybody in the White House, bro. As of today, the White House, the number of COVID cases, COVID positive cases in the White House is up to 34. Please understand what we're saying. Chris Cuomo, thank you. When Chris Cuomo got COVID, everybody was like, wow. Most people didn't say he doesn't have it. Some probably did, but most people didn't say that. So my question is, if you think that Donald Trump is faking COVID, let me know why. Yo, Joe, my people are showing up. Let me know. So I'm telling you that Donald Trump did not fake his COVID. Yeah, so, yeah. Tommy, God bless you. Tommy said she loved the background. Is it not you? Is it not your tip that helped me? God bless you, my sister. You are there. Tommy, you tell me, you're a sharper person. Do you think Donald Trump faked his COVID? And I'm saying he didn't. Because I think what happens sometimes is we skip the most likely, most possible thing, and we go in. We skip over the one that is most likely, and then we embrace the one that is dramatic. The truth is, COVID doesn't know Trump. Corona does not know who Trump is. The only thing Corona knows is that a bunch of people have been teasing it. Donald and his people have been taunting Corona. We all saw it. Open rallies, open meetings, confirmation meetings with the new judge, no mask, sitting together. They literally had one of the occasions where the chairs were set apart. They put the chairs back together. These guys were openly trying to show bravado. These guys were saying, I don't need no mask. So when you're doing that to Corona, Corona doesn't even know you. Corona just says, oh, human beings, no mask that I can infect. I'm going to infect them. That's what COVID does. And so this issue of, whether Trump faked his COVID or not, you have to just understand something about Corona itself. Forget about Trump, the person, because COVID doesn't know Trump. Corona will infect anybody's father. Are we missing this? The 200,000 Americans plus that have died, they're from all walks of life, right? They're young, they're old, they're men, they're women, they're husbands, they're wives, they're executives, they're manual laborers, they're blue collar workers. That's how Corona's been catching people. Corona doesn't know you, so it won't skip you just because you're president, right? So if you're here, tell me, do you think Donald Trump faked Corona? That's what we're starting with today. Do you think Donald Trump faked this Corona? I want to handle that, because a lot of my people really believe that he faked it, and I wanted to talk about that. And I want to say to you that when you're talking about a theory like that, you got to have more information. You got to have more. Till today, they're still finding positive Corona in the White House. Now, if you think, maybe you say, okay, he convinced everybody in the White House to agree and pretend that they all have Corona. Do you not think that secret would have leaked? Do you know that there are staff in the White House, cleaners, gardeners, who are not even into the politics of the house? Some of them are afraid, some of them are positive. So the theory has to include this massive conspiracy where he has to tell everybody to pretend to be COVID, and all the EMTs have to pretend that they are taking COVID people to the hospital, and all the hospitals have to pretend that they are treating COVID patients, and everybody involved in that chain has to be part of the conspiracy. And I'm promising you that this White House is incapable of running a lemonade stand, right? They can't run a successful conspiracy. They do a lot of things that are blatantly unconstitutional. They violate the law. They overstep. They do all that, but they are not competent, right? So, and Donald Trump is not competent enough. Thank you, Tommy's on board. COVID is a respecter of nobody. The thing about Donald Trump faking COVID is this. You have to ask yourself, this is my next question. Why would he fake it? And what's his point? And is it a reasonable assumption that he got what he wanted? Because if you say he faked it, you got to tell me why you think he faked it. I'm telling you that Donald Trump does not need to fake COVID because COVID is ready to pick Donald Trump. Donald Trump was doing, they were doing rallies, open mass. Let me tell you something about what I know, and tell me if I'm wrong from your own and from your experience. What I know about Corona, even if you are wearing masks, even if you are being careful, right? Even if you are doing all the things you need to do, you still have a chance of contracting COVID because unfortunately, the COVID just needs one opportunity to infect you, right? COVID just needs one day where nothing is blocking your mouth and your nose, and there's someone else in the vicinity who has released COVID into the air, whether or not they released it walking by, or they released it talking to you, or they left it on the surface and you pick the surface and you touch your mouth, whatever it is, COVID just needs one shot. All I need is one shot. Corona needs one shot. And so for you to, the probability, this is mathematical. What was the probability that the president of the United States walking around with no masks, actually literally fighting masks, having rallies, having meetings, kissing people, holding people's hands, hugging people, and pretending that Corona has disappeared? He did his entire convention, the Republican convention in front of the White House, no distancing. Even at the debate with Joe Biden, his family refused to wear masks. Right? Okay. So now let's go with the next line. I like the Shegun. Well, you're the man. Shegun's engaging me. He said he might want to avoid the debate is one possibility why he could fake it. He might want to sell a miracle cure is another reason why he could fake it. He might want to divert attention from the tax story, maybe get a sympathy bounce, make it look like COVID ain't all that. I love that. And I love that. That's why I say, brains is important. I love this. So these are the bases that we can start looking at. So let's take it by the first one. Avoiding the debate. Avoiding debate for Donald Trump would this is what I'm saying. It would presume that Donald Trump thinks that debates are bad for him. That's the first presumption. The problem is Donald Trump never believes that he can do anything the wrong way. We know that about Donald Trump. Donald Trump says to his team when they tell him, our boss, don't do this, he says, I know better than you. Donald Trump set up a task force for coronavirus and took over the task force himself, and he pushed Mike Pence to the back because Donald Trump always believes that he is the best spokesman for his positions. It doesn't matter what the polls are saying. It doesn't matter what. The only thing that Donald Trump wants to hear is, what do my people say? And what was the review of Donald Trump's performance from his core base supporters? That's what you look at, right? So Donald Trump's supporters, his base, they loved his performance against Biden, right? They love the aggression. They love that he brought up the Hunter Biden. They love that he interrupted because he's an alpha male. That's what they like about him. So Donald Trump does not see that debate as a loss for him. And as a matter of fact, Donald Trump won't mind another opportunity. This is why he doesn't like the virtual debate, because they can control him. That's what Donald Trump hates about debate, is control. Donald Trump, if you get him on the stage with a microphone, he's the happiest. That's why he was doing rallies during the pandemic. So let's go with point one. Does Donald Trump really want to avoid debate? I don't believe so, because Donald Trump wants to always be in a spotlight. There's no bigger spotlight right now than the debate stage. Even the fly that showed up at the debate is a celebrity now. That fly has bought a house in Banana Island. So Donald Trump does not want to avoid debate because Donald Trump does not think that he does debates wrong. He doesn't believe that. If he can't have the debate, he'll have a rally. He needs to be in front of a microphone, in front of the nation. So let me say, that's my initial theory. Now, all of this, I'm having this conversation on just the presumption that Corona somehow ravaged everybody in the White House and skipped Donald. But Donald decided, oh, I want to get in on this. I'm going to pretend that I have it. And I'm going to tell everyone around me to agree with me. That is already far-fetched, because the truth is, Corona doesn't normally just skip people in a cluster, right? Hey, Sister Rike, Sister Adilo is in the building. Yo, so we're dealing with this. Do you think Donald Trump faked his coronavirus? And I love my brother Shegun is engaging me, because he said the most important thing at the beginning. One would have thought so, except for the fact that so many other people got the corona. Not just that they got, because someone has told me, well, he could have instructed everybody in the White House to pretend to have it. I promise you, Donald Trump is not competent enough, neither is his White House competent enough to hatch that conspiracy and execute it without mad leaks. People are resigning from Trump's administration and writing books. He does not have his team. They do not have the discipline to carry out a scheme like this. I'm telling you. They are horrible people, but they are also rubbish at doing stuff. It is incompetence that defines them. It makes it difficult for them to have. Do you know how many leaks he's had? Do you know how many people have left this guy's administration? They're writing books. Everybody writes a book when they leave. So his White House is not the kind of White House where he can call everybody into a secret meeting and say, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fake the COVID for the president. And I want a few of you guys to fake it too. And then we're going to tell everybody we got COVID. And so I'm going to head to the hospital. Give me fake oxygen. And then fake helicopter to a fake Walter Reed. So that the fake doctor at Walter Reed will also join me to lie to America. Not his own personal doctor. This is what people are mixing up. There are doctors out there, staff at Walter Reed. Walter Reed Hospital is not a regular hospital. These guys are, most of the guys that are at Walter Reed, I've just found out, they're military guys. These are serious people, serious doctors who've been treating presidents for years. To get all those guys to agree with you to fake COVID for you, to fake the COVID treatment. And to now think about it, and you're also involved the pharmaceutical company that's trying to market Regeneron, that's trying to market their COVID treatment. They're also gonna come and give you fake Regeneron so that they can say, oh, we healed the president, and then risk the fact that if it comes out that it was fake, their whole business is destroyed. I'm telling you all the reasons why he can't convince all these people to join him on this. It's not logical. And even if he did, there's no way they're executing it without the rest of us learning from all kinds of people. The staff, the cleaner, the gardener, those guys are not political. Those guys don't care. Those guys work for a paycheck in the White House. If the new president comes and wants to keep those guys, they stay. All those guys right now, some of them are in quarantine, some of them are in the hospital. Chris Christie is still in the hospital. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ron Johnson of the GOP have members in the hospital. And I told you also, the chiefs of staff, top military brass, they are quarantined. General Milley, all the big boys of the military, Pentagon, they are at home. So this hoax that is causing the White House to partially shut down and Pentagon to partially shut down, I'm telling you, it's not likely, because the people you have to convince are already upset with him. General Milley already apologized just for showing up with him at the rally, at his photo op. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Sister Ilo is here. Yo, so Shegun, thank you so much. So I'm going to the second one, to sell a miracle cure. Now, here's the problem with that. The miracle cure he's supposed to sell was supposed to be one of the ones he's been touting, right? He's been touting hydroxychloroquine. We all know that. He's been touting the vaccine coming out soon. That's going to solve everything, right? He's been touting so many things, the antibody treatments. Do you know what's happening now is, even when he's coming out and saying that, oh, this drug is working, that drug is experimental. And for the same reason that people are doubting if the vaccine comes out, they will doubt this because it is not yet ready. Now, in addition to that, if he uses himself as an experiment to try a drug that is experimental, understand that the risk he's taking is what we're seeing now. The steroids that will attack if you start to misbehave. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no miracle cure, and none of the people that would have been involved in helping him sell a miracle cure are in that hospital. The only miracle cure I could have sold is the one that was being sold by the My Pillow guy. So he can't. Regeneron has been working on their treatment for a lot. Everybody knows about it, and they are saying it's not a miracle cure. All of them, all the treatments available now, the antibody treatments, everybody knows that the remdesivir is the closest thing to a miracle cure. They gave him remdesivir too. But the makers of those products will not allow him to come out and say that their drugs are miracle cures, because there's liability attached to it. You can't claim that your drug is a miracle cure if it's not. That's number one. Then you have to ask yourself a question. If he's going to sell a miracle cure, ladies and gentlemen, the easiest thing for him to do is to stay in the hospital a little longer, right? Because by leaving the hospital the next day, do you know what's happened? Is what people are saying, that he never got the disease. It's counterproductive. It's counterproductive. I know he's dumb. I know he's a moron. But if he's hatching a plot to come out with a miracle cure, then at the very least, he's going to allow that plot to settle, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of reasons why he didn't fake it. But more importantly, he doesn't have to fake Corona, because Corona will come for him. That's the thing. Corona is infecting everybody around him. Now, I said this before. Don't forget that before we got to Donald Trump, we heard about Hope Hicks. That's another reason why it's not if he didn't fake his Corona. Hope Hicks got Corona, and they were trying to hide it. It was a reporter that outed Hope Hicks. They let her fly on planes with all of them. Everybody that is now in that country, they're all going to get tested. It's not fake. It's just how Corona works. This is what I don't get. What makes you think Corona will skip Donald Trump? What is it about Donald Trump that will make Corona skip him? So Melania is also, because don't forget, when you say he's faking it, you're saying Melania is faking it. Stephen Miller is faking it. Not just faking it, his campaign manager, Stepien, he's faking it. Understand the impact of what we're saying. All these people that you're saying are faking it, for them to really fake it, they have to stay home for 10 to 14 days. Do you really think that's a normal arrangement in the last month of an election? Even if you are crazy like a fox like Donald Trump. Really? Donald Trump is going to cost himself 4 or 5 rallies on the off chance that he might be able to fake Corona and be able to convince some people? Have you seen the polls? Have you seen the polls? Understand, by admitting that Corona is real at all, he loses a bunch of people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He loses more by pretending to be sick. Sister Deloye. No. Donald Trump knows he can't get sympathy votes. He can't get it. You know why? What he would get, if Donald Trump faked Corona, what he will get is angry responses, which is what you have to do the math. The backlash it's happening to him anyway, but you could have foreseen it. Everybody whose family member died believing Donald Trump that Corona is not a big deal, or that it's not real, or that it's going to go away in the summer, or it's going to disappear like a miracle. Every one of those people who saw him come down with Corona, if you say he faked it, what you are saying is that he allowed those people to see him catch a disease that he's been telling them is not real, more or less. Now you are saying that he's doing that so that he can come back and say, you see, I'm better. The unfortunate part of this story is that there are 200,000 and more people who are not better. There is no version of this story that helps him. The polls are showing that. The only pity vote he would have gotten are from his own people. Everyone else is already upset with him for killing everybody. Did you understand? People are underestimating the stakes. At 200,000 dead Americans, Donald Trump does not get credit for catching COVID. It does him no good to pretend to have it compared to the evil and the problem he's going to have. The disadvantages of him pretending to have COVID. Sister Deloye, perfect. Do you know what his symptoms were? He couldn't breathe. They put him on oxygen. They had to admit that. His doctor was trying to pretend that. His doctor, Dr. Conley said, the reporter said, so was the president on oxygen on Friday? Dr. Conley said, he's not on oxygen now. The reporter said, so but on Friday though, did he have to get some oxygen to help him before he got into the helicopter? Dr. Conley said, since he's been in the hospital, he's not needed oxygen. Do you understand what that means? He was on oxygen on Friday. It's the only reason Donald Trump will allow himself to enter a plane to go to a hospital. And all of that is bad for Donald Trump's brand. What he's doing now that you are watching is he's trying to make the best of a horrible situation, which was Corona messed him up. Yo, you're talking about Boris Johnson, but that proves my point. Boris Johnson got Corona while he was saying Corona is not a big deal. But the difference between Boris Johnson and Donald Trump is, don't forget that Donald Trump himself has been taking precautions in terms of being surrounded by doctors ever since Boris Johnson got it. Boris Johnson was the canary in the coal mine. World leaders, when they saw Boris Johnson, they started fortifying their own defenses. Don't forget that Donald Trump has mad doctors in the White House. They had treated him first before they decided to fly him to Walter Reed. It was because the treatment in the White House was not going to be enough that Walter Reed became necessary. You have to continue to ask yourself, what is in it for Donald Trump? What is in it for Donald Trump? And I'm guaranteeing you that what Donald Trump loses, if, as you're saying, he pretended to have corona, what he loses is much greater than whatever he was trying to win. One of the first things you have to all know, all of us have to know, is that in a campaign, sir, every hour, especially in the last month of a campaign, every hour is crucial. The momentum can shift, but it must only be the kind of organic shift that if you fake corona, you have to make sure that your faking of that corona never leaks. Somebody tell me how in the world Donald Trump will fake corona and someone will not have blown the whistle. Everything he says is out. Everything he does comes out. He knows that, we know that, sometimes from him. So he's not the guy to fake corona, because faking corona as president of the United States requires much more than Donald Trump can handle. Let me go to Shegun. Shegun says, you're assuming that the guy is doing anything for folks like you who don't like him. I'm thinking the guy feels some people are enough to get him over. Now, this is where I can disagree with you very clearly. Shegun, he knows. His internal polling shows his whole fight against the election. The thing that made him started talking about mail-in ballots is because of his internal polling. Every poll is showing him losing, bro. Everything is showing him losing. Now, I hear you. As soon as I say that, we're like, oh, that's how it was in 2016. I've been shouting for the whole 3 years, 4 years that people are learning the wrong lesson from 2016. In 2016, if the momentum never shifted organically against Hillary Clinton, Hillary was likely to win. When Comey came out with the last note in October saying that he's found some more emails for Hillary, what it did was that he pushed that little margin of people who were going to vote for her. They were not sure. When Comey came out, they're like, you know what, this lady's corrupt. And he lost those people. That's why Donald Trump won the Electoral College in margins, thin margins. That's why he's losing some of those states in the polls now, because he never won them with large margins. There's math in this. Donald Trump knows. His people know. He could never win with just his people. But the reason why he caters to his people is that he can't win at all without them. So they are essential to him, but they are not sufficient. I don't know if I'm communicating. So your point about, it's not about me. Donald Trump doesn't care about people like us who are against him, but he cares about the same thing that I've been shouting about, the few people in the middle. That's all he needs. A few independents, a few undecideds in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, in Wisconsin, in Ohio right now. Unfortunately, for him in Arizona, right, in Florida. That's what Donald Trump needs. The American map, in many ways, in most of the states, is set. There are some states that we don't talk about because we know who owns them, we know who's going to win because of the demographic shift. Right? So the only fight, most of the fight is usually for these states that can do this, that shift, that turn. They're called swing states. Sometimes they're purple, then they go blue, then they're purple, then they go red, or they go orange. Those are the states. And I'm telling you, Shegun, for Donald Trump to win those states, he needs to do more than what he does to keep his base. His base is secure, but it's a small base. I've said it for years. Donald Trump has a small base of maybe 35% of Americans that are solid. If he shoots somebody on Fifth Avenue, they'll never leave him. But the only thing that has pushed him over is another 10% who don't really consider themselves liberal, who maybe lean conservative, and they were willing to try him in 2016. So here we go. So you say, as a woman, if I'm in pain, if I tell you that I'm in pain and fake it, only I will know it's called role play. That's what I'm saying. But that's only if you're not in the middle of a pandemic, sis. This is the thing we're all skipping over. Corona is catching everybody. That's the whole point of Corona, is that it catches anybody. You don't have to fake it, it's coming. This is the thing. Those of us who go to church and thank God that we don't have it, or maybe we haven't had it, we don't even know. Many of us are finding that we've had something close to January, February, we don't know what it was. It wasn't big, it was mild. Corona has passed through almost every city. It is more likely that Corona came to Washington and took a bunch of people, including Donald Trump. That is the easiest explanation. Everything else requires you to rope in a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of things that don't make sense. The entire White House will not join Donald Trump in a conspiracy without it leaking. That's what I'm going for. Number one. Number two, Chris Christie has health conditions that make it dangerous for him to contract COVID. He's in the hospital right now. I don't know if you see what I'm saying. Everybody that went to Amy Barrett's party, they are being tested right now. All the donors in New Jersey that Donald Trump went to see, they are being tested. You don't do that to your donors. You don't rattle your financial supporters just to do a stunt, because you need them. All right? Oh man, yo, BC is right. We need to do a whole set on colors of the states. I need to bring my map. America is divided into the red and the blue, and then the middle. That middle could be anywhere, but they are the ones that. Does anybody remember that there was a group of people? There were a group of people who voted for Trump, who were previously Barack Obama voters. Explain that to me, right? Explain that to me. That's the group I'm talking about. That's the group Donald Trump needs. And so Donald Trump, instead of going to do his rally in Pennsylvania, will pretend to be sick and go to Walter Reed on the off chance that he might get some pity votes. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Donald Trump, that's why him saying he's not going to the virtual debate and saying he's going to a rally instead, he wants to be at his rallies because that's his best shot as far as he's concerned of getting these people. It is the rallies. He wants to excite his base in that area and get them to go out and canvass for him. That's his best bet. Losing 14 to 15 days of the campaign in the last month of the campaign, I don't care how dumb you are. Nobody does that for a stunt. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Yeah. Sister Dilo, you're right. You know, let's wait and see. I mean, there's a lot that we have to wait and see. But let me get more people in here. If you are watching my show, thank you for coming. Yo, you guys are good. Please let me know. Do you think Donald Trump faked his COVID? And I've been talking all day about how he didn't fake it because he didn't have to fake it because Corona was coming for him. That's the thing. The behavior that Donald Trump and the White House and all his people exhibited right from the convention. People like me were just eating popcorn and waiting for it to happen. It's not magic. It's not magic. Is Donald Trump capable of faking something like that? Yes, he's crazy enough to do that. But he doesn't have to, because he was doing the very thing that would get the real COVID. He was behaving like somebody who wanted COVID, and he got it. Now, having gotten COVID, did Donald Trump do everything in his power to make it look like it's not a big deal? He overcame it and that he's doing better? Yes, that's who he is. Did he pretend to be strong enough to walk to the helicopter by himself before they rushed him? They gave him remdesivir, they gave him the Regeneron, and they gave him steroid. They don't treat others like that because that's dangerous. He asked for it. Do you know he did it? I'm kind of upset with people because by now you should know some patterns. I told everybody, I said Donald Trump is the one dictating his own treatment in terms of drugs. I told people, I said he's the one telling them, give me all the drugs, give me the. But he didn't ask for chloroquine because everybody around him had told me, Oga, you can say what you want on TV, but chloroquine will kill you. Stop it. That's why he didn't ask for chloroquine. For all you guys that are following him with chloroquine, he didn't ask for it because his guys told him, bros, eat everything else. Don't touch hydroxychloroquine, so you will die. That's why he didn't touch hydroxychloroquine. He asked for all the cocktails. I said to someone, I said, he's the one dictating his own drugs. He's the one saying, give me the experimental. I'm telling you, because he knew that he could not be laid down for too long. Are you kidding me? Donald Trump is going to be laid down for 3-4 weeks before an election. I'm telling you, he got corona, but he got the cocktail that can get him back up. He's not the first to get these cocktails. He's not. A lot of people have survived corona. Some of them survived 2 days, 3 days, because if you have the treatment you have and the state of your health are two different factors that can affect how you are treated. Number one. And number two, please don't forget, this is a man who has been tested regularly, at least and more regularly than most people. Everyone around him gets tested, so he's surrounded by doctors. What does that mean? At the first sign of corona, he's getting treatment. So the likelihood of him getting better by Monday is very high because he's being treated from the moment. If he coughs once, ladies and gentlemen, he gets treatment. I hope I'm making sense to you. Thank you, Sister Delo. That's what I'm saying, my sister. He he was playing the game. I said it. I said he's playing footsie with Corona, and Corona will answer him. He's not the first one. There are people on YouTube. I told you this weeks ago. There are people on YouTube doing videos about how they were mocking Corona and saying it's not a big deal. And now they're on intubate. Now they're in the ICU. And they were saying, I'm so sorry, I didn't believe. He's not the first one. But the difference between him and those people on that bed that were saying, I'm sorry, I doubted, is that he has treatment. He has resources. When Donald Trump coughs once, all his doctors show up with everything he's taken care of. Even with that, they still have to fly him to Walter Reed. Understand this, that when they gave him all the drugs available, he asked for it because he knew. Don't forget this point. He knew that he cannot be. Look, if he was faking COVID, he would at least have to be out for some days to make it look real. My guy got up on Monday because if he does not get back on the campaign trail one way or the other, this poll that he's looking at that is getting worse is going to be the kind of landslide he cannot believe. And that is what he's afraid of right now. I promise you, if he was going to do a stunt for a miracle drug, the press conference he would have done would have been about that drug from day one. When he came out the first day, I'm saying, I'm feeling good. He would have touted that drug, say, wow, he introduced that the next day, and he got Regeneron and he got Remdesivir. So he can't say there's a miracle drug because he got more than one. It doesn't work. As a conspiracy theory, it doesn't work. Please, if you're here, welcome. It's your boy JFK. Good to see you. If you think Donald Trump faked his corona, we are talking about that right now. My brother Shegorde has been giving me some points that people are saying so that I can tackle it. And I'm telling you, the things that Donald Trump would lose by faking corona are bigger than anything he could gain by faking corona. I'm telling you. You don't come off the campaign trail 30 days to an election, sir, even if you are leading. And in his own case, he was losing. So there is no way. His campaign team, nobody would have been on board. People would have just resigned en masse. Are you kidding me? People make it look like he had a meeting in the White House and said, so I'm going to fake this corona, right? Let's put it on Friday. I'm just going to start coughing, right? So you give me a test. Make sure the test says positive so that people can say it's positive. I want you to catch it too. Hope Hicks, you two catch it. And who else? Yeah, you guys, you two, I want you to catch it. Oh, let's get some GOP senators in here. You guys, Ron Johnson, please catch it, all right? Mike Lee, I want you to catch it too. My friend, my guy, catch it. What you are describing is not something that is realistic in this climate. Why? Even those senators have campaigns. None of these people are in the position. If Donald Trump was going to pull a stunt like this, my brother, my sister, he would have had to have done it a while back so that he would have been touting his miracle drug since October, maybe even since July. He would have been touting it since then. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. The theory doesn't work. It doesn't work. And we're seeing the effect. This was predictable that in the period between Friday when Donald Trump was announced to be positive for COVID and Monday when he got out, he dropped further in the polls. The sympathy vote never came. Why? What would have been the sympathy vote is already built into his base. Ladies and gentlemen, the only vote that showed up is the angry vote. People who said, so you lied to us. So we followed you with no masks, and it turns out we can catch it because we're not wearing masks. Some of the people that came to the parties he had, some of the people that came to the Amy Coney Barrett nomination ceremony, the people that came to his launch, to his fundraiser in New Jersey, those people are crying right now because they're testing. Some of them are finding themselves positive, bro. No, no, it's not a conspiracy because there's no time to construct this particular kind of conspiracy. There's no cohesion in the White House to help you manage this type of conspiracy. The cleaners in the White House are quarantining, bro. And I said it before. All the generals are quarantining. General Milley is at home. Are you kidding me? When you're trying to do a hoax, the people you need to help you do the hoax, they need to be on board with why we're doing the hoax and what the result will be. You have to show me, ladies and gentlemen, if you say Donald Trump faked his corona, you need to explain to me how all the generals in the Pentagon have had to go and work from home, leaving our defenses open as if that's a normal Tuesday for them. Do you think these military guys are really into that? Let me explain something. If nothing else, General Milley has shown us. When General Milley worked with Donald Trump to his fake, standing in front of the church with the Bible upside down, the general came and apologized after that. That's not what we do. I'm sorry I did that. These guys, they're not perfect, but these guys have some level. Donald Trump has no filter. He has nothing holding him, but these other guys do. They do. That's why as I disagree with a lot of positions of Mark Kelly, of General Kelly when he was chief of staff, but he left, right? General Kelly left. They all left. General Mattis left. They all left because for these guys, there's a limit to how much they will debase themselves. There's a limit to how much they will sully their reputation. You're not going to get the entire military brass and of the Pentagon to join you in a hoax about corona and stay home quarantined from their jobs for 14 days. That's not mathematically likely. What is more likely is that corona caught you, like it's catching everybody, like it caught Bolsonaro, like it caught Boris Johnson, like it caught some people in the cabal in Nigeria. Corona doesn't know who you are. Let's ask Chris Christie if Donald Trump was faking the COVID, because many of the things that we're seeing is connected to one event, right? The nomination of Amy Coney Barrett for Supreme Court, the nomination celebration. A lot of things are connecting that. That's where that thing is. Right now, we're up to 34 people in the White House with corona. So after Donald Trump has come out of the hospital, you are telling me that the hoax is continuing with the rest of the White House. Oh, and why is everybody not lining up and collecting the drug? If they're going to tout it as a miracle drug, the story doesn't fit. The story doesn't fit. What is more likely is that he caught corona. Now he's trying to make the best of it because he got the best drugs in the world. That, you see that theory? It doesn't need any addition. It doesn't need any Maggi. It doesn't need any pepper, right? The idea that Donald Trump has not been wearing masks, he's been having close rallies, he's been shaking people's hands, he's been hanging out as if there's no corona, and then they caught corona. That is what has happened in many other homes to many other people, many other nations. That you don't need to do any mathematics for that. If Donald Trump is playing games, he's playing games after he has now caught corona, he's now trying to spin. That is more likely. So I want you to get your mind off of that, because it lends to this idea that maybe Donald Trump is a chess player. No, he's not that smart. The people around him have always been his backbone. Mitch McConnell is the reason why Donald Trump has gotten judges to the Supreme Court, right? It's not Donald Trump. Donald doesn't know any of these judges. Mitch McConnell is the one, and I think it's the Heritage Fund, the Federalist Society. They give him the names of the judges and he puts them up there. He doesn't know one judge from the other. He doesn't know anything about judges. He's nominated most of the judges they nominated are not even qualified. The Bar Association has said no to almost all the judges he put through. That's what Kamala Harris was referring to yesterday, about 50 new judges. Some of them have never been some of them have never tried cases, and he put them in federal courts. He doesn't know anything. It's the people around him always. And I promise you, no one around Donald Trump will go along with an idea of him faking COVID. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you are in here. It's your boy JFK. Let me do this. I'm going to play this video, and then as part of what I'm trying to say. All right, we're talking about Donald Trump fake COVID. He fake COVID. He doesn't fake COVID. COVID will catch you. You don't have to fake COVID. It comes for you. It's only God that gives you this not to happen. COVID comes for you, especially if you do the things that COVID likes, like having rallies, wearing no masks, going around and just being amongst people, gathering crowds, staying in close. COVID will come for you. You don't have to fake it. Donald Trump is not faking COVID because he doesn't need to. Corona is available for everybody. It's Jesus that is keeping us from touching it, and Jesus that is saving us when we have it and we come. And thank God for the doctors, thank God for the nurses, thank God for the pharmacists, thank God for those guys who are working to help us. Right? That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Corona is available. You don't have to fake it. It's coming. There are 34 people in the White. You know what? I'm even mad at you guys. I'm mad at you guys saying it's faking it. Let me explain to you what faking it what it will entail. In order for you to fake this
there
thing,
are literally more and more people in the White House testing positive every day. It is hard to keep track of, but here's what we've got as of right now. The president has COVID-19. As does the First Lady, Melania Trump. Presidential advisor Hope Hicks has COVID. Also, White House official Stephen Miller, that's new tonight. Also, the press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, plus a whole bunch of people in her office. McEnany's principal deputy, Chad Gilmartin, has COVID, as do 3 other assistants in McEnany's office, Caroline Levitt, Jalen Drummond, another person who works in that office who they're not yet naming. That makes 5 people with COVID in the White House press shop alone. I'm not sure how many more people there are in the White House press shop. That might be it. The RNC chair, Ronna Romney McDaniel, also has COVID. Former White House senior advisor and Trump campaign manager Kellyanne Conway is positive. Her teenage daughter, Claudia, is now positive as well. Another Trump campaign manager, the 2020 campaign manager, Bill Stepien, has COVID now as well. You might remember before joining the Trump White House, what Bill Stepien was famous for was his role in the Bridgegate scandal under then New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Well, Chris Christie is himself now positive as well. He was involved in the president's debate prep sessions last week. 3 Republican senators have COVID now. Senator Mike Lee of Utah, Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, Tom Tillis of North Carolina, who's up for re-election in a race that is going to be no cakewalk, COVID or not. He's running against Democratic contender Cal Cunningham in North Carolina. Another White House staffer, a young man who worked as the president's body man, a man named Nick Luna, has also tested positive for COVID, as has a military valet who is not being named, but who reportedly was in direct contact with the president. Bloomberg News has named another specific military valet, a female military valet, who that news organization says is also positive, but NBC News has not confirmed that reporting from Bloomberg News. Other people who have attended White House events in recent days or participated in travel with the president in recent days have also tested positive, including the president of the University of Notre Dame, John Jenkins, also the pastor of the Harvest Church in Southern California, who attended a White House event this past week, but also attended a big, mostly mask-free, no social distancing prayer march with Vice President Pence on Saturday. Also, New York Times White House reporter Michael Shear, he has now tested positive. He has told Axios today that his wife has now tested positive as well. The White House Correspondents Association also says there are 2 other White House journalists who have tested positive.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you see what I'm saying? You see that list? Do you see that list? Those are not, these people are not part of any conspiracy. They just have corona. Sister Delo, well, they all hang out together, so they're likely to, you know, they're close friends and associates, so that would make it. You know, yeah, I mean, listen, man, you're right. One shouldn't laugh at it because they're sick. Not all of them are going to be able to jump out of bed like Donald Trump. Not all of them are going to react to the drugs like Donald Trump. The prayer is that none of them will die. So let's put this thing to bed. Donald Trump does not need to fake COVID because, like all the other people on that list, there's enough COVID to go around. Let me put this up again. I think I need to put it up so we can talk about it like this. All right. So let's do this.
Today that his wife has now tested positive as well.
So you have this list. You have this list. I want you to just look at all these people we're talking about. Just look at all these people we're talking about.
Now tested positive as well. The White House Correspondents Association also.
I want
prayer march
I want to pause
with
it.
Vice.
Okay, there you go. This is what I'm trying to get. Ladies and gentlemen, you see this? This is a list. There are reporters now who are not part of the White House team who were just part of covering Donald Trump and these events. The reporters have it. Some of them are in hospital, some of them are at home, they're quarantining. The reporters, they're reporters. They're not part of Trump's team. They're not part of any hoax. It's just that Corona spreads. Corona spreads. So I want to put that to bed today. I wasn't able to deal with all of the points, but Shegun, thank you so much. My brother raised all the points that I need to deal with. Corona is spreading. So I'm gonna move on to the next thing. Yeah, now everybody knows about everybody knows about the debate yesterday. I want to start off my interview. I had the opportunity to interview I had the opportunity to interview the famous Fly. Uh and I wanted to share I wanted to share my experience with the Fly. All right, let me say. So everybody was watching that, and it's not fair on Mike Pence. What do you guys think about the Fly? Let me start with that. What do you guys think about the Fly? Who do you think sent the Fly? Why was the Fly there? Where did the Fly come from? What was the Fly trying to tell us? All right, so I want to share something. So I put something up yesterday. I had to do it. So here's my interview with the. Wait. Let me do this. First of all, let me ask you before I go on. Who who knows who knows why the Fly was there? And why do you think everybody is getting on Mike Pence? Is it Mike Pence's fault that there was a Fly? You know Barack Obama had to deal with the Fly too one time when he was doing his own thing, but Barack Obama at least he killed that Fly. But Mike Pence didn't even move, bro. Mike Pence didn't even move. I don't know. That guy is so smooth. Mike Pence is so smooth. He didn't even move. So there's my debate. Here's my interview with the Fly.
President's head. Nah, son. It was like this. Me and my boys were chilling, watching the debate, because we Americans too, you know what I mean? And then this dude started lying, son. He was lying, son. I said, yo, I gotta tell somebody. So bet. I went over there, landed on his head. It was white, yo. It was so white. And I looked at the camera and I started yelling, he lying. This dude over here lying. Just hoping somebody will see me, man. That's all I was trying to do, you know what I mean? God bless America. Shout out to the boys on MJ. I see you. Yo, Kenny, I'm going to see you in a minute.
I'm sorry I had to do that. I'm sorry I had to do that. So that was the debate Fly. But on a more serious note, that debate, man, I posted all night and I kept saying, I'm so impressed with Mike Pence. Now let me hear me out. The ability of Mike Pence to lie so smoothly. Oh, Mike Pence. I said I'm going to be talking like Mike Pence now. I'm like, being the tallest man in the world is not something that I take lightly. Ever since I was a baby, I was so tall. My mom, she didn't know what to do because when I came out of the hospital, I was standing up, and the American people know how hard it can be when you're born tall and you're standing up in the hospital, and the doctors don't know how to handle it. So the American people know. And that's why but that's why Mike Pence is impression. When you lie, but it's so smooth. That I want to call you out for your lie, but can he be lying? He's talking so. You do his head like this. Mike Pence will do like this. Like somebody who is midway through doing number 2 in the bathroom. It's not true. It's not true. No. You have to give it up to Mike Pence. You guys must respect Mike Pence. That was beautiful. Just as an art form. Lying is bad and honesty is never acceptable. But the delivery is art, right? Because Mike Pence was lying and said, from the beginning of this pandemic, the president put the safety of the American people first. Madman. That's the thing that hurt me the most, right? Mike Pence is like, the president and I put the safety of the American people first from the first day of this pandemic, and we did everything we as only we could. President Donald Trump did something no other president has ever done. No other president has ever done. He shut down China, the greatest economy. He closed it. What is he talking about? No other president has ever had to do that. because this president is dealing with a unique challenge of corona. And he closed he closed one door and left the other crazy door open. Do you understand? I've been crying this. Look, all right, let me do this. If you are here, please drop me a comment. Let me know you're here. Good to see you guys. My sister from the UK, Sister Adiloye, is with me all day today. VCOY. Sister Adiloye, what's going on, sis? You all right? Everything all right? I went to UK. Yeah, but she's leaving. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, if you are here, drop me a line. Tunde, I see you. Tunde Ajishafe. Yo, it was a hilarious distraction, but I'm telling you the effect it had. Because the whole time I'm thinking, yo, this dude is lying. This dude is lying with so much ease. And that fly just opened up a world in which people were able to like refer to that and say, we know why the fly came. There were two people on that. No, there were three people in proximity on that stage, right? Kamala was there, Mike was there, and Susan was there, the moderator. The fly chose Mike Pence's silver white hair. Then the fly didn't just land on Mike Pence. The fly stayed on Mike Pence. Yo. So I'm telling you, that moment made it so like the lying that Mike Pence was doing was symbolized. And I'm telling you this, I'm hoping that America understands what's going on. The Trump administration is realizing that they're in big trouble. So now they have to lie. The thing about yesterday's debate was most Americans already, I think, have decided, and they know who's lying. And love what Kamala Harris did when she pointed out the fact that over 200,000 Americans have died on their watch. They were trying to put it on Obama, like, oh, H1N1, 12,000 people. And then Mike Pence said something. He said, even their own people agree that they were just lucky. They were lucky that only 12,000 people died. Do you understand how they think? He wants to put the blame of 12,000 deaths on Barack Obama, but they don't want to take the blame of 200,000 deaths under their watch. See how it doesn't make sense? But I'm glad. I think most Americans have already decided, even the independents that watched it, many of them got the right point. Like, these guys are just trying to make excuses. And he had the nerve to say, we've never lied to the American. We've always told the American people the truth. And as soon as he said that, everybody looked at each other like, this dude is lying. That's why the fly was important. The fly was important. Yo, BC, I see people making noise that, the fly was sent by RBG to punish them. People also saying that the coronavirus, that has been ravaging, but I don't subscribe to that, but I just feel like America, we need to get back to a place where we can lie less, right? The culture of lies right now is too strong. It's too strong. We need to reduce the lie. They're lying about everything everywhere and nobody cares. And I'm telling you, this election, ladies and gentlemen, we need to secure the election and we need to make changes. Yo, these people, the failure of the Trump team is clear. Numbers don't lie. Do you know that Taiwan just hit 520 something dead Taiwanese people this last week? They just hit 500 plus dead to coronavirus. America is marking 210,000. The Taiwanese have found only about 24 cases of infection this week. The White House alone in America has 34. This failure is too big to cover up. And I'm sad because I wish it wouldn't take something like this to let more people realize that we have the wrong guy in the White House. I wish people wouldn't have to die. People shouldn't have to die for us to know what we now know about Donald Trump, that he can't do the job. People shouldn't have to die. It was clear from the beginning that he's not up for this job. There was nothing about Donald Trump that qualified him for this job. Nothing. He doesn't have the empathy. He doesn't have the intellect. He doesn't have the resume. He doesn't even have the financial resume that people said, oh, he's a great businessman. He was never a great businessman. It was clear he wasn't a great businessman. All the other billionaires never, all the billionaires, not other, all the billionaires always laughed when everyone talked about him as being a billionaire. That's why Mike Bloomberg got on stage and told everybody, this dude ain't billion nothing. He owes more than he has. He owes more money than he has. He's upside down on his funds. That's why he'll never release his taxes willingly. That's why he'll fight till the death before he lets his taxes come out. He owes more money than he's ever had. He's horrible at business. And you can see it. He can't manage anything. Everyone that has ever worked for Donald Trump has come out eventually at some point to say he's a rubbish guy. The guy who wrote the art of the deal for him is ghostwriter. He's one of his biggest critics right now on TV. He was on Ari Melba's show regretting writing the book. Say, I feel like I'm part of the people that gave America this fraud, helping him write the book, The Art of the Deal, making him look like he's a businessman. The guy repented for writing the book for him. Scaramucci is on TV talking about how I was deluded as part of the cult. They're all coming out and telling you that these are people that got close to him. That's why I get upset with some of our people. Look, I have always considered something. There are Nigerians and of people in other countries who know more. Let me say this again. There are some Nigerians who know more about American politics than I ever will. I'll say that because because I value expertise. I value people's gifts. There are some Nigerians who are gifted with the ability of following politics. The same way they have Nigerians who are able to follow sports. I grew up with a bunch of guys in my school in Meron who, when they analyze football for you like this, or the World Cup or championships, we watch the same game. And me too, I get mouth. I can break down again, like, that guy should have passed that last goal. But I respect guys who, when they talk, they know football. When they talk about history. They will tell you, when they break down football, they break it down to like in 1989, when our goalkeeper did this. He was the one that was a substitute goalkeeper, and then they caught 4 balls and then gave us a chance. They would tell you football history like, do you remember Johnny Winnie? Johnny Winnie was the one. He dribbled 5 people. Then on the 6th person, they would tell you football like this. You say, what kind of mind, what kind of memory is this? They will remember football match. They will say, remember it was a Tunisia 94. Are you kidding? How do you remember the year of the game? How do you remember which game? It was semi-final. That's where Sia he passed to Etimesi. When they talk like that, I'm like, I watched the same game. I was there. I know these people, but I cannot remember the details like you do. So I always defer to people's giftings. So when it comes to American politics, there are Nigerians who are really good. And it doesn't stop them from knowing about Nigerian politics too. They're just gifted in that area. But what upsets me is people who have no clue, no basis, no understanding, and they have never bothered to find out. They have just downloaded some things that fit their own mind, and then they use that to postulate about American politics. Let me tell you something. I confessed in the beginning of my shows. I said I was one of those that was postulating about Nigerian politics before the last election. I was doing permutations and machinations, and I say I'm sorry. I apologized because Nigerians showed me in that election that I don't know what I'm talking about. All my conversation about how I want Nigerians to rise above, high ideals. This is a chance for us to go for a third party. Let's try something different. Nigeria, let's switch it up. These people have failed us. I was speaking grammar, blowing grammar. And Nigerians were looking at me like, are you crazy? Are you going to give us bread? Are you going to be the one to give us the 5,000 naira that they're giving us? You want us to lose the 5,000 naira and still suffer? We know we will suffer. But how about this 5,000? Are you going to give us? Nigerians humbled me. It was at that point when I saw them say Baba to a man who could not even finish a debate. I said, I'm sorry. I thought I knew politics in Nigeria. I am a novice. I defer to my elders when it comes to Nigerian politics. I wish people would do that too with American politics. What you don't know, you don't know. Let's learn together. Because you have no idea what's going on in this country. Those of us who are in the legal profession, we are tearing our hair out about what's happening to the rule of law. Any prestige that our court system, that our judges, the little prestige they were managing, because there's always been some problems. There's always been some problems of inequality in our system. It's not perfect. The American judicial system, justice system, has never been perfect, but it's been steadily being transformed. It was getting better, right? It was on its way. This Donald Trump and his attorney general have taken the entire justice system and ripped it apart. I've never seen anything like it. It's not an exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration. Donald Trump has done the same thing with the immigration policy in this country. I practice immigration law. Many immigration lawyers are just scrambling. We don't even know how things work. because they're destroying things, but they're not replacing it. They are so incompetent. They don't know what they're doing. They are repealing some laws, but they're not replacing it. They're changing things around, but they don't have a way to help the people to navigate it. So this is what we're saying. When you're talking about what Donald Trump has done with this economy, with this country, there's no middle ground. He has just destroyed all the things that we hold dear. And that's why, for me, it's annoying when people talk about this stuff and they don't know what they're talking about. You've never been in this country. You don't know what it's about. You don't know where you're going. You just come in and you're people in Nigeria trying to postulate. It upsets me. Please allow those who are informed to tell us what they know. Allow those who are informed to participate, because you have no clue. This country, it has lost its prestige on the international scene. America is a used to be. America is a used to be. Nations are looking to Germany for leadership, Russia for leadership. America is an also ran. There's no leadership here. Who will look at America for solutions to Corona? Are 200,000 Americans dead? Would you look to that country for the solution? Or will you look to Taiwan, where they've only reached 520 deaths? They just reached it last week. Or will you look to New Zealand, where they have a little spike and they've handled it? Nobody's looking to America for any of that. The economy is in the toilet, obviously, and there's no plan. There's still, till this moment, there's no plan. This idiot of a president is relying on a vaccine that his own vaccine companies have come out to say they can't have a vaccine by election, which we all kind of said before. And even if they do, we will know it was rushed. Do you understand how dumb this man is? And he's running this country into the ground. He was always going to run it into the ground. I posted on my Facebook in 2017, and I asked the question, I said, does anybody know how to declare bankruptcy on an entire nation? Because we're about to go through that. I didn't know what I was talking about then, really, but it turns out I was even more prophetic than I know now. This is worse than bankruptcy. I didn't know many people were going to die. And don't give me this nonsense, Donald Trump is not the reason people died. Are you going to sit there and tell me that it doesn't make a difference who your leader is in a time like this? You can't say that, because there are nations that also got corona, but they figured out a way to keep their people from dying, at least not dying at this rate. At some point, you're going to have to admit that this dude is the worst thing that could happen to this country. And then today, before we run, we see Abby. Let me get this from Tunde. I know, Tunde, you're right. He has supporters in Pennsylvania. He has a lot of supporters. But here's the problem, Tunde. Here's the problem. His supporters were never enough to help him win. His supporters were never enough to win him the White House. He always needed this additional sliver of independents and undecideds to pull him over, because he never had the popular support. The problem now is that he has lost some demographics. Now, the other thing people are mistaken is this: his supporters are loud. His supporters are very loud. They are on the streets. They are doing parades. They are very loud, so they look like they are many. The truth is, those seniors who have seen their friends die, who themselves have been put at risk during Corona, the old men and women, those guys, they vote. Ladies and gentlemen, old people in America, they vote. And Donald Trump has betrayed them. They're not going to be on the street shouting. They're not going to be doing motorcades. They're not making noise. They're just inside their house, upset, waiting for their chance to vote. That's what I'm counting on. That's what I think is driving the polls. These are the people. The early voting numbers are in. You see, I'll tell you something. My fear has always been that, don't want to get carried away with the polls, right? The only polls that matter are the election polls, right? So that's been my fear that, polls are showing Biden is leading. That's rubbish. But the things I was waiting for, the things I was looking at, number one, the polls, but in the swing states, not the numbers. So if they say Biden's leading by 19, and I don't look at that. What I look at is the trend. If you take a poll on Friday this week, and it looks like it's a 2-point gap between Biden and Trump, margin of error. If you take another poll 2 weeks from now, and it looks like a 6-point gap between Trump and Biden, margin of error still, but that movement, it's the movement I'm looking at. The fact that there's a trend towards Biden is what I like. I like the trend. If it trends towards Biden, I'm not looking at the actual numbers because those can change, but the movement, right? The motion, the direction. That's what happened to Hillary in 2016. As at October, just before the election, when Comey came out, in addition to the other things that Russia had put out, Hillary's trends for leading Trump began to dive. So as at election day, the polls that gave Hillary the advantage in the swing states had already come down to the margin of error. And that gave Trump the opportunity to rise over her. That's why she won the popular vote and he won the electoral. I'm going to keep trying to break that down to people. So people learned the wrong lesson from 2016. Trump didn't win in 2016 because he's great. Trump won in 2016 because Hillary was well damaged. That's what it is. The problem they are having with Joe Biden is that they have an inability to damage him. The narratives about Joe Biden they were trying to push have not worked, right? They can't sell him as a radical leftist. That was precisely the problem that Bernie would have had. Bernie might have overcome that problem and still won. That's possible, but he would have had that problem because this is how you know. Now, for those of us who were part of that battle in the primary, right? Tunde is here. My boy Tunde will testify to this. Those of us who were in that primary, and the battle was whether or not, because people wanted Bernie because Bernie is more progressive. Bernie is more progressive, is more liberal than Biden. Biden's problem with the liberal wing of the Democratic Party is that he's too corporate, right? He's far from liberal. He's too close to moderate. So think about that. That was Biden's biggest sin to the liberal Democrats is that he's not a liberal Democrat. That's his minus. That's why they don't like him, right? Think about that. Now, in an election against Trump, Trump is trying his best to paint Biden as a radical leftist, liberal, Marxist, socialist, right? That's all they've been trying to do. They've been trying to tie Biden to the most leftist, the most liberal policies. They want to say, Biden, you are for the Green New Deal. Even though Biden in the Democratic primary kept saying, I'm not for the Green New Deal, but I like what they're doing, but I have my own plan. And he was pilloried for it. He was attacked for that. Now they want to make it look like he's for the Green New Deal. They want to make it look like he's Bernie Sanders. And when that failed, they started saying he's a tool of Bernie Sanders. Now that didn't work. So they went to the fact that maybe he's senile. He's not all there. So when he started coming out with speeches and debates, and he was holding his own at the convention, that didn't work either. So they have a problem putting stuff on Biden. That's the problem Trump has had. He has not found a way to define. Sleepy Joe isn't working because there's a pandemic and everybody's sleepy. Yeah. Now talk to me, Tunde. Who's Howie Hawkins? Is he running? Yeah, my senior Ojosa. Yes, Democrats should concentrate on the 6 states. Exactly. That's what I've been saying, sir. That's what I've been saying. There are 6 states. Focus on them. So far, they're doing good, but you need to work. And I know Biden is still working on that. So there's a chance. I'm not going to count out Trump. Number one, he's an incumbent. So I'm not going to count him out. But I want us to really understand that we are in the battle for just getting this country back on track. Howie Hawkins is a Green Party candidate. Tunde, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, bro. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't do this. Oh, Lord. No. Tunde, don't tell me. I didn't hear about this. Don't tell me. Hopefully, the reason I didn't hear about it is because he's not gaining too much ground. Tunde, don't tell me this. Tunde, don't tell me this. Democrats, don't do this. Y'all should not do this. Kanye is enough of a problem. Y'all gonna do another Green Party candidate? Y'all gonna do that? Sunday, I hope you're not on board with that, though. You personally, I hope you're not on board with that. Because I can't imagine we're gonna do this again. I cannot imagine. I mean, I'm hoping we're too far gone for that to be an issue, but you know what? And unfortunately, I mean, you know what? All of a sudden, these Democrats that are on this thing with the Green Party, you guys are making me glad that we got at least some Republicans. Tunde, that's not it. Tunde, you still on that? That's not it. You're wrong. You guys are wrong. Progressives, you're wrong. If this is what it means to be progressive, is to continue holding on to the anti-Biden, you guys are wrong. You guys are wrong. And the thing that's going to happen for quote unquote progressives and all these Green Party guys, that what's going to happen to you? You are courting relegation. You guys are courting relegation. If Biden can win with a coalition of moderate Democrats and moderate Republicans, he will have less need for you guys. He will have less need for you. You're on the verge of losing whatever leverage you have. Bernie has worked hard to give the progressive wing of them a lot of leverage. He's built a strong progressive section in Democrat. You guys are going to undo it. You guys are going to undo it. This is amazing. I don't know what else you guys need to see to understand that we are way past this bickering right now. I hope Howie doesn't pan out. I hope he gets very little votes. I hope he doesn't matter. I hope he doesn't. I don't know him, but I hope he doesn't matter, because it means that you guys haven't learned anything and you guys don't understand what's at stake. You guys have no idea. You think climate change is a problem? Yeah, let Trump win again. You guys are gonna be fine. Are you kidding me right now? Like, you don't understand what the stakes are? You guys don't understand what the stakes are right now? You're talking about a Green Party candidate? Really? We're talking about winning slim margins in swing states. You're talking about Green Party right now? Well, let's have this out. If Biden loses this election because of some Green Party dude taking away some votes from him in swing states or in Florida, that's it. From that point on, you guys, anyone who is in that crew, you just declaring war on the Democratic Party. And congratulations, you might get your wish. Democratic Party might dissolve and then you can build your own party. In the meantime, though, Supreme Court will be filled with 10, 11, 12 conservative judges. Because you're playing these games. The stuff y'all did last time against Hillary. We're going to have a 6-3 conservative court, bro. You guys have no idea what's coming. You have no clue. Every single thing that the progressive wing of them have cherished is going to die. With the next Supreme Court nomination, it's gone. You guys messing with Green Party? Progressives? You're messing with the Green Party now? Now? That's so ridiculous. It's like you're blind. You don't see what's going on? You're going to mess with this election? This is the election you want to mess with? Don't you get it? So now I'm hoping you're not down with them. I hope you're just informing me, because that's unthinkable right now. It's the Supreme Court. Tunde, no, you can lose faith in the Democratic Party, but trust me, you're gonna lose faith in America when this guy wins a second term. Are you serious right now? You don't know what losing faith is, bro. You don't. You don't. Wait till Trump wins a second term. You have no idea. You think it's horrible now? You have no idea. Are you kidding me? What it is you guys actually care about? Because clearly you don't care about whether or not there's work done on climate. You don't. Because your best shot of getting anything done on climate right now is a Biden-Harris ticket, and you know it. Are you kidding me? We're gonna sit here and have a conversation as if both parties are equally evil? Do you not understand what's going on? Do you not understand the authoritarian direction that this country will run into with Donald Trump? A bunch of militia guys just tried to kidnap a governor. What do you think we're messing with here? It's not about you. It's not about you, Tunde. It's not about you guys anymore. Our only hope now is the moderate conservatives. And because of what you guys are doing, Biden will have to listen a little more to the conservatives that are going to get him elected, because you guys are busy playing footsie with the Green Party. Are you serious? I have refrained from blaming the progressive wing of the party for what we're in right now, because I felt like there are many factors that led to the loss that Hillary experienced. But the progressives are part of that. But I've never given them, the blame for it, because I felt like, they're just standing up for their policies. But part of me understands that if you don't understand what moment we're in, you're part of the problem. you are part of the problem. That you can look at what's going on in America right now and think this is a time to start putting up some Green Party dude. This is the time. You're literally turning your back on Bernie himself because he's working hard to get Biden elected because Bernie knows the score. Bernie knows what. Did you? I can't even believe we're having this conversation. I can't believe it. You're talking about a Green Party candidate now, trying to sabotage the Democratic opportunity here. That's what you're doing. I mean, I thought the last 4 years would have been a lesson, but I guess not. You know what? All I can say to my progressives with the Green Party, do you, man. Do you. Punish the Democratic Party. I don't know what kind of America you think you're gonna get on the other side. I remember this same conversation when Hillary was running. I remember some progressives talking about, well, let Trump win and destroy the country. He's gonna push the country all the way left, and then we'll come in. You need to have a country still breathing when you come in. That's the miscalculation everybody made, assuming that there'll still be a country. Now, BC, it might be true, but what I'm hoping is that right now, whoever the Green Party candidate is, he's not polling right now. And I think there's not enough time between now and the election for this Green Party guy to really be a factor. That's my only hope right now, because most third party guys, Green Party, back in the day, they were, hey, Sister Stacy, good to see you, Jerry. They wanted to kidnap the governor of Michigan. Gretchen Whitmer. They wanted to kidnap the governor. As a matter of fact, you know what? Thank you for that. I'm going to play the video. The militiamen planned to kidnap a governor in this country. They were just indicted today. It's like you don't understand what's going on. Some of y'all, you have no clue. You're playing toy soldiers with America's future. You don't understand when to hold and when to fold. It's like you don't get it. You don't get it. And I hope you don't have an impact on this election. All of y'all with the green candidate, I hope you guys lose. I hope the green guy loses so badly that you guys understand what's going on. Because if you can't see what's going on, the rest of America does. 200,000 people are dead. You're playing footsie with a green guy. You think that's what's going on right now? You guys have no idea. You guys have no idea. You know what? I don't blame you. I don't blame you, because it's like if you can't see what's going on, it's the only reason you can think that there's any merit in playing this. You're playing a game. You're playing a game, and yo, listen, I'm going to show you now. I'm gonna do this. So this let me.
News today.
There you
now
go.
This
there you
out
go.
of Michigan, where the FBI says that they stopped a plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. 6 men have been arrested and charged. Joining me now with more on all of this, NBC News investigations correspondent Tom Winter. Tom?
Andrea, the plot and the arrest today being announced by federal authorities in a case that's being charged out of the Western District of Michigan. 6 men, as you referred to, identified as Adam Fox, Barry Croft, Ty Garbin, Caleb Franks, Daniel Harris, and Brandon Concerta. 5 of those men, with the exception of Barry Croft, all from Michigan. Croft is from Delaware, charged with a single count of conspiracy to commit kidnapping. This investigation, Andrea, according to the charging documents, began in early 2020 when the FBI began monitoring social media, in monitoring discussions of people that talked about the violent overthrow of government and certain governmental leaders. This investigation progressed through several months. The FBI, according to the charging documents today, was able to use undercover FBI agents as well as confidential human sources, more commonly referred to as informants.
Our time is going. Our time is far spent. But I just gave you a taste. 6 men, militiamen, plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. You don't understand where this country is. You have no clue. Tunde, progressives feeling like they were not listened to is not a reason. It's not a reason to sabotage this. It's not a reason, because number one, I don't believe that's true. I don't believe, just sitting there saying you're not listened to. Trump and Pence are going on TV saying that Joe Biden is a puppet of you guys. Do you understand that what that means? That Joe Biden might be in the middle? That's what they're trying to do, trying to paint him as all the way left. And you guys on the left are saying he's all the way right. Maybe he's doing something right. And you guys want to trade this country for your feelings? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's not legit. Tony, that's not legit. That's not legit. If Bernie Sanders could figure out a way to move the conversation, I mean, what exactly are your agenda points, right? So let's talk about it. What exactly what exactly were you looking for in Joe Biden as a progressive that is so horrible that he's not doing, right? Because I know he's getting beaten up on stage, yeah, because he's got a green plan. You know, he's got a plan to make green buildings. He's got a plan to reduce emissions, at least on climate. I know you ain't got to be. I know you ain't gonna tell me nothing about that. On healthcare, fine, he's not into giving everybody a public option, but he's going to start a public option with the people who are getting Medicaid. He's going to start somewhere and restore Obamacare a little bit. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not exactly what you want, but you're not going to get the public option. You're not going to get universal health care by putting Trump back in for another 4 years. I don't understand that math. I do not understand that math. For the last 4 years, the little we had that was close to that, the universal, Trump has done everything to chop it away. And in November, they're going to chop the rest of it. And you're going to sit here and talk about how Biden is not listening to you? Is Trump listening to you? What are we talking about? What's going on? It's so not realistic, Tunde. It's not realistic. It's not realistic. It's not realistic. They're trying to kidnap governors, and we're over here talking about you're not listening to Tunde. That's not realistic. It's not really. Oh, you think the conversation about race is going to get better with another 4 years of Trump and Attorney General Barr, who believes there is no systemic racism? These are the guys you want, because make no mistake, if you chop away any votes from Joe Biden, particularly in the swing states, you give the election to Trump. Let's say that now, so that when, God forbid, if it happens, and we say it, you're not gonna be like, oh, why you gonna blame? You guys are blaming us for Trump's victory. No, we're saying it now before it happens. That's what you're doing now. All the polls are showing Joe Biden trending up. He's beating Trump in many areas. And like I said, it's not that the fact that he's beating him, it's the momentum he's getting. That's what I like, trend. If it keeps trending this way till November 3rd, we have a shot. And you're going to sit there and talk to me about a Green Party candidate? That is so, I don't know where that comes from, bro. I'm just happy that I don't know the dude. That means that he hasn't trended enough for me to hear about him. And it's 20-something days to the election. So I'm a little happy that he's not that strong. He's not a Jill Stein, right? He's not on that level. But I'm still upset that it's a conversation. It's like being totally deaf and blind to what's going on. You know what's going on? You know, we're talking about so many things. I mean, they're trying to kidnap governors, man. The Attorney General has put prosecutors on alert to arrest mailmen if they suspect that they're tampering with they don't even have to really tamper with the election ballots. They just have to if you suspect something, just arrest people. They're trying to completely steal the election. And the last thing we need is to have a third-party candidate come in there and gum up the works. Hillary lost Florida by 20-something votes. Jill Stein got 20-something votes in Florida. She made the difference for Florida. You guys are trying that again. Tunde, it's not right. It's not right. And we've had this conversation all year, all 4 years. And we warned y'all about this when Hillary was running. She wasn't pure enough. She wasn't pure enough. She's not who you wanted. And you got this guy. And he's reversed everything that you guys fought for years. Equality is going to go. It's already going. It's about to be done. They need one more person on the Supreme Court. They're going to reverse everything in life. They're going to reverse your sneakers. They're going to reverse this shirt. This shirt I'm wearing. They will reverse it in Supreme Court. You don't know. You don't have no idea. Now, I'm upset with this because it's like, they're going to make me speak in Yoruba. Like, yo. And everything with a Green Party, a third-party candidate in this moment, country's on fire. What don't you get about that? You can fight your progressive fights when we save the country from this inferno. What are you doing? Green Party, Tea Party right now. It's like I'm upset. Sunday, and I'm mad at you if you're with them, though. I'm mad at you if you're. I want to believe that you understand more than most because we've been having this conversation today. You understand. The country is in a dire strait. We're in a serious problem. We're about to lose everything about this country that made it stand out. The rule of law is on its way to die. Attorney General is working with the president to undermine the election. We've never seen anything like that. This is a time for everyone to, every vote counts. Every vote counts. And we're going to mess around and give some Howie guy a Green Party vote. Howie? Howie. Who is he? Where is he from? Bernie Sanders is already on board with Biden. So who's Howie? Tunde, there can be vindictive progressives, but if they're so vindictive that they're going to let Trump get another 4 years, they deserve not to be listened to. That means that they were never in it for real progressive ideals. I challenge you on that. If you're really progressive and you want progressive ideals to dominate, Tunde, what policy? Let's have this out. What policy? The one about Medicaid, the one about taxing everybody who's making above 400,000 a year. That's not progressive enough for you. Is that what we're talking about? All the green jobs he's trying to work on. It doesn't have to be the Green New Deal. Why does it have to be just one deal? It doesn't have to be everything at once. It doesn't have to. You can't take a bite at everything at once. Why are we? And I know you guys don't like the minimalism. That's what we have to do now because we're digging out of a ditch. Do you guys understand where? I think that's where the difference is. You guys don't know where we are. You guys don't understand what's going on. You're fighting as though you're still in a time where there are reasonable people on both sides. That's what you're doing. There's no Tunde, the policies are rubbish, right? There's no point about the policies, right? You're about to get a Supreme Court that will overturn any policy you guys want. If there's any policy right now, Tunde, that you guys like, no, let's start. Tunde, tell me 2 or 3 things right now that you like about America right now, policy-wise, that you think are progressive points, if there are any. Do you think there's anything that the progressives like about America's policies generally right now? Tell me. And because I'm going to tell you right away that policy is gone. So if you're upset with Joe Biden that his policies are not progressive enough, get ready to lose the few progressive policies you have. Am I not making sense with this? It's going to be a 6-3 Supreme Court. They're going to start with Obamacare. You wanted universal health care? Universal health. They're going to destroy the one you do have with the ACA. You'll never get universal health care. 6-3 Supreme Court, conservative court? Never. It's done. And you make it worse. Let Trump win another seat so he can appoint a few more judges. Let's do that. Are we serious right now? Are we serious right now? Yinka, that's what I'm talking about. The governor of Texas governor is over here removing ballot boxes, drop-off boxes from locations. It's Texas. Greg Abbott. He's making sure they remove ballot boxes. Yo. Yeah, big Uncle Faculous. Yeah, Uncle Coffee. Yo, let me see. Dari, what are you talking about here? Let me see, my brother. Most Black Trump supporters keep saying, "What did Obama do for Black folks?" I shake my head. Dari, they will find out. Let him win another 4 years. They will know. They've known some difference now. Anyway, they've known some difference now. As if America is better now for Black people than it was under Obama. Is it better? When Corona came now and cleared a whole community of people because nobody cared to warn you or give you PPE or get you ready, get your hospitals ready. When your doctors are wearing garbage bags, that's the America that's better. Why are people not able to understand the difference between, when you have half bread and no bread? Half bread and no bread. You're complaining that the bread is just half. They're about to take away the half so you can understand what real hunger is. That's what's going on. I'm not even going like Dari, can you imagine? What has Obama done? The difference is that Obama doesn't celebrate everything he does. That's the difference. Obama pardoned so many people. Obama did so many reforms. Eric Holder, the Attorney General for Obama, he had agreements with most of the police stations, police departments. They had agreements. to have to have independent oversight of police shootings and to change policies. And they had it when Jeff Sessions came in under Donald Trump. They ripped up all the agreements with the police departments, and so the police brutality you're seeing now and the cops are getting off. That's the result, because the policies that Eric Holder was working on to bring more accountability to cops if they do that stuff, and all the departments were signing agreements. Okay, we're going to let the FBI, the Attorney General's office come in, and all of that. Jeff Sessions told them to tear it up. Jeff Sessions told the police department, you don't need to do that no more. Just do you. The Voting Rights Act that's been protecting the rights of minority voters in all these southern states, the Supreme Court took that away. They're stripping it back. And you don't see that. And we're talking about, oh, his policies are not progressive enough. What policies? Which one? The climate change one? Is it better or worse than what Trump has for you? Because that's what you're doing. Let's be clear about what you're doing. If you give your vote to a third-party candidate right now as a Democrat or progressive, you are crowning Trump. You know that. Just know that. I'm not going to wait till after then we argue about it. I'm telling you now so that you can decide. You're going to vote for Howie now? Yo, it's like, yo, come on, man. Yinka says China is trying to sabotage the election to make Biden, and Russia is doing. No, Yinka, that's a talking point. It's a lie. The reason it's a lie, the FBI, the people who know, the ones whose job it is to know, they've come out to tell you China wants Biden to win, but they're not doing anything to make it happen yet. Russia wants Trump to win, and they've never stopped doing stuff to make it happen. Big difference. That's like asking Buhari who he wants to win. It doesn't matter. If he's not doing anything actively in America to make it happen, it's a preference. Every nation has a preference for who they want to run America. The difference is which nations are interfering in the process. Right now, by the FBI, Trump's own FBI, it's the Russians. This is what I'm talking about, disinformation. BC, I don't know how we know. I don't know how we. So right now, the fact that I don't know him makes me feel good. If I don't know him, then he ain't. Right now, he's not registering. They're not even talking about him online or on anywhere. So I mean, Tunde, thank you for bringing it up, because I never knew about, which is good. I don't want to hear about how we got. We just got to keep this thing tight till November 3rd, and hopefully, we're trying to get a blowout. And somebody's talking about how we're coming to cut our vote. So now we're gonna have to go to court to beat Trump, because how are we going to take some of the votes that would have made it clear? Tunde, that's my problem with you. Campaign finance reform, that's what you think is going on? I just told you they're trying to kidnap a governor. Can we not scale these problems? Can we not have an order of priority? Is that not a thing? He's taking PAC money, but he's talking about green jobs. Can we not take the green jobs and worry about the PAC money later? Is that not an option for us? We have to tear it all down and give the job back to the guy who not only takes PAC money, but is filling his own pockets. What are we doing? What are we doing? Tony, what are we doing? We can't have those conversations in a sane country. Right now, we don't have that. You're saying no. Go ahead, then put Trump in. Put Trump in. Do it. We're out of the Paris Agreement. I don't even know if you care about emissions or all that stuff anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Tunde. It doesn't matter. You have a guy who's guaranteed to do opposite of everything you want on one side. And then you have a guy you're saying you're not sure about, but there's one guy guaranteed to do the opposite. You do the math of that. One guy is guaranteed to do the opposite. Tunde is going to stop taking checks 30 days to the election. What are you talking about? You think he gets to get you? And let's be real about that. You think he gets to be like on top, beating Trump in fundraising if he's saying, oh, I'm not taking those checks? How do you beat Trump? Trump spent $1 billion already, just out the gate. Not even on his campaign, on himself. You need to be in the game to change the game, which this whole argument makes no sense. Come on, man. You're bringing a paper knife to a bazooka fight. The militias are ready to walk the streets and give Trump the election regardless. You're talking about campaign checks. It's not on the same level, Tunde. on the same level. You guys, she's calling moms. You know, one of your big sisters is in the building. Nah, today it's like, well, we're not on the same level. It's like you don't see the threat. AOC got into a local election, bro. Let's do the math. He's in the Bronx, bro. What are we talking about here? Possible. So we're gonna gamble and figure out whether we can do it. We're gonna try it, bro. What are we talking? Why are we having this conversation internally? Do you not see the other side, or what's going on? Do you not see the other side, Tunde? Do you not see the other side? Do you not know what the other side is? That's what I'm saying. AOC did her thing because she's in the right constituency for her thing. She's not in Atlanta. She's not in Arizona. She's in New York. How do you not make that distinction? Biden has to win everywhere. I mean, is that something that's lost on you? That was Bernie's problem, bro. That was Bernie's problem. That was Bernie's problem. It's just that little bit that was left. And I remember telling my family comedian, when Bernie said that thing he said about Castro bringing education to Cuba, I said, bro, that's it, you're done. Because he lost Florida. And that's what Biden is fighting for in Florida right now, because they're blaming him for what Bernie said. Hey, Uncle Fakile, we don't mind them, Jari. America is looking like a third world experiment right now. And these guys don't understand what's going on. These guys don't understand. You don't get to talk about AOC next year, Tunde. You don't. You don't get to talk about AOC or her green. All of that dies. If Trump wins, all of that dies. It's not even going to be a conversation about it. I don't think you understand that. I don't think you understand that. You never get money out of politics. Never. Citizens United is a small thing compared to the next one that's coming to 6-3 conservative court. Amy Coney Barrett is all about corporations, bro. You haven't seen anything yet. Let her be confirmed and let Trump win again. Let's do that and see what happens. It's like you don't understand the juxtaposition. You're not getting this distinction I'm trying to paint for you, but you will. And you should have already, because the change is already here. This is the same game y'all played in 2016. Same game. Same game. Country's on fire. 200,000 dead. Like we're the only ones Corona happened to. You're going to do it again because Biden's taking PAC money. That's going to be the reason we're going to let America go to burn. It's not logical. It's not logical, man. And I hope you guys don't get to do that. I hope you guys, I'm telling you, just by pushing this, you're relegating your section of the Democratic Party and of this country. You're gonna turn people against y'all. You're gonna turn people against y'all, and I consider myself partially progressive, and I'm turned off. So I don't know where y'all getting your constituency. It's gonna be you're gonna be the mirror image of Trump's base, racist little tight group, very strong but very small. You're gonna be the equivalent on this side too, very strong, very purist, very we want this, we want that, but it's gonna be a few of y'all. That's what you're working towards right now. And if you do this and put a third-party candidate, Green Party, to challenge Biden, don't blame him when he turns around and doesn't listen to you at all for anything. You think he's not listening now? You're gonna put up a third party against him. Oh, then he's gonna listen to you. Either way, you lose. But you lose more with Trump, and I don't know how else to tell you that. You lose more with Trump. It's already going to be a problem with Amy Coney Barrett on the court. You don't understand that. It's already going to be a problem for climate, for healthcare, for PAC money, all of that. It's going to be on steroids, bro. It's going to be on steroids. You ain't seen nothing yet. You're still basking in the glory of everything a little balanced. It's out the window. Public schools are going to die. Private schools are going to be the only way to go, and charters. It's like you're not paying attention. How can you be talking about a third party, a Green Party, right now? Yo, Tunde, you got me on a different track right now. I was going to be telling people to vote. I work with a company with an organization called DSI. They work with immigrants in diaspora, and they have a campaign right now to vote. I was supposed to get you. I'm going to put it on my page. the website for you to vote, but you can go to dsi.org. You know what? Let me do that right. You can go to their website and you see information on how to vote. They're also conducting, giving information on census. We need to get that done. But ladies and gentlemen, early voting has begun. Tomorrow, I think, is the last day to register for early to register in many states, in New York. So you need to check your registration tonight. Check your registration. Make sure you're registered to vote. And early voting at some point is going to be in October 24th, I think, 23rd. New York, let's vote early. I'm doing early voting. I'm not waiting until November 3rd so they don't mess with my vote. If you can avoid mailing, because they're really tampering with the mail now. They were saying there's mail-in ballot problem. No, there was not. There was no mail-in ballot problem. The few things that they were pointing were so minimal that it's ridiculous, just statistically. But what they're doing right now, they're really creating the problem with the mail-in ballots. They're really trying to look for problems and make problems so they can point to that problem and say, you see, there's a problem. Let's not give them the chance. If you can go to the polling booth on early voting days, it shouldn't be too crowded, although turnout is looking crazy right now in early voting all over the country, so which is a good thing. If people are showing up early, that people are determined to vote, let's get it, let's do it. And please, I'm begging my people, if you're listening to me, I'm begging you, don't be voting for no third party, green party, yellow party, fuchsia party candidate right now. This is not the time for that game. This is not the time for that right now. This is every vote counts right now. Every man, every hand on deck. Please, I'm begging you. We can have a conversation about all the things that Joe Biden needs to do better if we get him into office. We can at least have that conversation. He's 78 years old. You know, we might be looking at Kamala Harris might be president, 4 years from now. That's a possibility. And it's a reality. It's not something we need to hide. It's the truth. Trump is 74. And we don't know if COVID is going to have any long-lasting effect on his lungs. He's acting like strong right now. He's not the first person to get corona, feel well for a little bit, and then feel bad again. So that's on him. That's on him. But what I'm saying is we need to let's get this done. And then we can have all our fights. We can have all our arguments and quarrels. But let's get this one done. This man must not be there another 4 years. This man is hopped up on steroids right now. He's hopped up on steroids, right? He's just saying whatever right now. He doesn't know what time it is. Flies are landing on Mike Pence's head, you know what I mean? Giving us all kinds of signals. We need to cut it out. We need to get to the finish line. So please, no shenanigans, no third party nonsense. Don't wait to vote. Vote in October if you can. If you must mail in your ballot, mail it in at the first opportunity. It's your boy JFK, man. Today you got me riled up. My people, you guys are the best. Let's do this, yo. So that is in the building. You comes out from Texas. Uncle Kule Vakile, next time you are my guest, too. And you came late, Uncle Kule. I need you early. That's my people from Nigeria. Next time I'm going to be talking about Nigeria a bit. So I'm going to need you guys. Somebody has challenged me that I'm not concerned about Nigeria enough. And I said, it's not that I'm not concerned. I don't understand it. And I'm humble enough to admit Nigeria showed me Pepe in the last election. On my own board, I was speaking. The election, they did not even hear any of the things I was saying. And I realized that my voice is nothing to them. So I'm very humble with Nigeria, but I can get guests who know about Nigeria, how to talk about Nigeria. I don't mind doing that. But Nigeria has humbled me. I used to think I understood Nigerian politics. I'm sorry, I even imagined that. It's a different world, different level. Respect. Oduduwa, Biafra, Amotekun, all that stuff. You guys are awesome. You are doing well. You are doing well. When Showore said he should do revolution now, everybody mocked him. Let them arrest him. He's a rubbish. He's a tout. He's an amugo. You are doing well. Now that you have increased your fuel money, you have not seen anything yet. So I'm so upset with how Nigerians treat third-party candidates as if they are happy with the rubbish they have. I've never seen anything like it. They are happy with the 5,000 naira inside the agege bread that they give you. Hope you are happy now. Hope you are glad. So when they said revolution now, you laughed. Now you want to do Dudua. You have not seen anything yet. don't get me started, though. Yeah, Daddy, I know the fly landed on his head because he was lying. You know what? I'm going to finish out the show with the video of my interview with the fly. If you have not seen the video, I did an interview with the fly that landed on Mike Pence, and this is what he had to say. And I asked him why he did what he did, and this is what the fly said on my way out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy. Peace out. Enjoy. All right, here we go. Oh, let me do this. I don't think I had my sound. Let me do my sound. So this is my interview with the fly that. uh-huh. Let me do this. The fly. This is the debate fly explaining why he did what he did. What's happened to my sound? Oh, sorry. Man, this thing disappointed me. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to do that. But you know what? It's on my page. It's on my page. It's on my page. So get on my page. You see what the fly said. Daddy, man, good to see you. Yeah, yo, Yinka, this man has COVID. Like I started this show explaining to people that Donald Trump did not fake his COVID because Corona does not need you to fake it. It will come. You don't need to fake anything. It's coming. Keep doing no mask. Keep hugging people. Keep doing rally. Corona will come. You don't need to fake it. That's what happened to Trump. He came. That's why there are 34 people in the White House now with Corona. He's not faking. They are coughing. That's why Chris Christie is in the hospital. It's not faking. That's why Kellyanne Conway's daughter went on Facebook and said, my mother is about to kill us in the house with coughing, coughing, coughing. He's not faking. Corona just does not know their name. He will just attack you. That's all that is happening. Donald Trump just happens to have the best doctors and all the drugs in the world and steroids to make him come back up by force. That's all you are seeing. It's not faking. They don't need to fake something that is coming. It's available. It's free. That's all I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, JFK. I will catch up. We're having an election special on November 3rd. It's going to be on YouTube exclusively. I need all of you guys on YouTube. That election, we're covering it live. It's your boy covering it live on YouTube.